I'm doing everything right. Working hard, making good money, but I still feel like I'm bleeding cash every tax season. I've been so focused on running the business, I never really thought about retirement.
That's actually a lot more common than you might think. I mean, honestly, a lot of people are pretty good at running the business, but they don't have the time to create the financial system to really support it. Today, we're talking with Maria, a 52-year-old plumber who owns her own business based right here in Tempe, Arizona. Maria's business was bringing in over $450,000 a year. Solid numbers. But she was overpaying on taxes and had no formal retirement plan. My name is Grady Cool, CEO of Cool Wealth Management. I'm going to show you how I help Maria implement a solo 401k and start deducting over $20,000 a year in vehicle expenses, all while setting herself up for a much better retirement. All right, Maria, tell me a little bit about yourself.
So I'm 52. I'm married to my husband, Luis. We have a daughter in college, and I've been running my plumbing business for over 20 years now.
That's impressive. What's the business structure look like?
It's an S corporation. I have a couple of full-time employees and some part-time help during the busy season.
Sounds like it keeps things fairly simple. Have you had much thought as far as finances and taxes, all that sort of stuff?
Honestly, I just pay what my accountant tells me. I haven't really thought too much about retirement.
That's understandable. Most of the day-to-day operations is more where people have the expertise and the focus and they're a lot better at it, but a lot of the money stuff kind of takes a back burner. Is it all right with you before we get into the numbers, ask you a few personal questions so I can do a little bit better at making the numbers match for you?
Go for it.
So first thing is, what were things like growing up? Was money tight? I mean, what did things look like?
It was actually really tight as a kid. We didn't have much, and I felt that. My parents were constantly working, and that's part of what made me want to open up my own business. I just wanted to control my hours.
That's understandable. It's nice being able to go to soccer games, be at birthdays. Now, as far as kind of your own adult life, any experience with investing? Has it been good, bad? I mean, what have things been like?
I did try my hand at some real estate back in '07, but as we know, the housing market crash didn't go so well at the time.
Oil down more than $4. Traders here working the phone say a lot of their customers are freaked out, waiting to see how low the Dow will go.
So I haven't really jumped back into it since then. That's why I still live in a condo that I rent.
That's understandable. I mean, real estate can be tough, especially that was like the worst time for real estate investing almost ever. So I'll keep some of that in mind as I'm putting things together for you.
Sounds good.
All right, Maria, based on everything you said, I think we can then focus a little bit more on how to save you some taxes and how to get some focus on building up some funds for retirement. First thing is focusing on a solo 401k. Because both your employees don't qualify under current plan to be able to actually get any of the benefits out of it and they're not eligible, means that we can just focus simply on you. The nice part about this is that then you can get a full $70,000 where you're both the employee and the employer and stick a ton into there to get a bunch of tax savings. Then once it's in there, we can focus on 60% stock, 40% bond using mostly ETFs. Gets it a lot cheaper in there so that you can have a much more efficient portfolio.
I've been thinking about doing something for retirement planning, but I just didn't know what would make sense with the business.
That totally makes sense, but thankfully with this plan makes it so that one, keeps it relatively simple, but two as well, provides some flexibility along the way so you get some tax deferred growth while also making it so you actually understand what's going on with it. Other side of things to focus on, vehicle tax deductions. You had mentioned that you're driving your truck around job sites, getting materials, just to and from around town. Getting some of that to be able to write off on your business, including things like insurance, can really help lower some of your taxes.
Yeah, I just kind of lump it all in. I never really thought too much about it.
That's really common, but honestly, if we can get everything tracked cleanly, get the whole situation as far as deductions, we can save you over $20,000 a year with how much you're using your car currently. When you pair that with the solo 401k, we're talking tens of thousands of dollars in savings a year.
Oh, man. That's huge. I had no idea I was leaving that much money on the table.
Helps a lot. We're getting you lots, but not having to pay someone else's taxes and just your own fair share works out a little bit better. By implementing these two strategies for Maria, we're saving her tens of thousands of dollars a year with the solo 401k and being able to get all of those vehicle deductions. Makes things also a lot more operationally efficient, so when we're ready to sell the business, then it's a lot easier, can get a little bit better price.
I feel way more in control now. It's like I finally have a game plan, not just a tax bill.
Maria's story is a good reminder that if you're running a business and making money but don't really feel like you're keeping a lot of it, there's probably a better way to structure things. Whether it's mileage, retirement contributions, or other smart strategies, we help business owners make better decisions around their income in order to turn it into long-term wealth. If you'd like help with your current situation, we would be more than happy to help with a free consultation if you check out coolwealthmanagement.com. Other than that, I will see you in the next one. Bye.